Good morning, everyone. This is our third story time in session 3. That's our last one for summer reading. Summer reading is all over. Can you believe that? That is hard to imagine. We will be putting the names of everybody who participated in summer reading. Were you keeping track online? And we're going to have some raffles next week. So if you won something, we'll let you know. Oh, I forgot to do our hello song last week. Let's remember to do that today. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to read some books. Actually, it's all the same story, but written by 3 different authors and 3 different illustrators. It's The Frog Prince. Do you know that book? These are library books, so you can take them out. The illustrations in this book are by Mike and Carl Gordon, and it's retold by Susan Davidson. This is based on a fairy tale by the Grimm brothers. Princess Poppy was furious. "I won't marry Prince Humperdinck," she said. "He smells and is smug and is slimier than a frog." "You don't have to marry him now," said her mother. "You just have to marry him when you grow up." "I never want to marry him," said Poppy. "I'd rather eat my toenails." "Oh, Poppy, don't be so rude." That looks like it might be her father. "I'll find another prince to marry," she snapped. "Well, you have until tomorrow morning," said the king. "But you'll never find a prince in time." "Just you wait," said Poppy. And she stomped into the garden with her golden ball. Poppy was so cross that she didn't see the wobbly stone, and she wibbled, and she wobbled, and she slipped and she fell. Splat! She fell face first right into the pond. Her golden ball plopped into the water. "Help! I'm in big trouble now!" wailed Poppy. "No, you're not," croaked a frog. "I can help you." "Froggy here will save your ball. But in return," said the frog, "I want to live in your palace, eat from your plate, and sleep on your silken pillow." "In your dreams," thought Poppy. But out loud she said, "Okay, I promise." As soon as Froggy gave Poppy back her ball, she raced back to the palace. And the frog saying, wait for me." She promised she'd take him into the castle. Poppy arrived back just in time for dinner. She had to sit next to Prince Humperdinck, who smelled of cabbage. "Greetings, Princess Poppy." Then, to Poppy's horror, she heard splat, 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 and in hopped the frog. "Go away," she says. "Excuse me," said the frog. "Princess Poppy promised that I could stay with her." "And princesses don't break promises," bellowed the king. "This frog is now our guest." "Thank you," said the frog, diving right into Poppy's soup. "I don't think I'm hungry anymore." "Now," said the frog, when he'd slurped up all the soup, "it's time for bed." "Oh no," said Poppy, "you're not coming anywhere near my bedroom." "But you promised," said the frog. "Princesses don't break promises," repeated the king. So Princess Poppy picked up the frog and dropped him into the most darkest corner of her room. You see him? That's not where she said he could sleep, is it? "But Princess Poppy," said the frog, "you promised that I could sleep on your bed. And if you don't let me, I'm going to tell your father." "I've had enough," snapped Princess Poppy. "You're the meanest, most horrible frog that I have ever met." And with that, she threw him out the window. Remember he helped her find her golden ball? I don't think she's being very nice to him. There was a long silence, followed by a splat. "Oh no," thought Poppy, "what have I done?" She rushed outside and picked up the frog as gently as she could. She was feeling sad. She had been mean. "I'm so sorry," Poppy said, and she bent down and she gave him a kiss. There was a loud crash and a deafening bang, and in place of the frog, there stood a handsome prince. "How can I ever thank you?" asked the prince. "Well," said Poppy, "you could marry me." "Excuse me," said Prince Humperdinck, "but Poppy is going to marry me." "Oh, no, I'm not," said Poppy. "Daddy, you did say that I could find my own prince, and kings don't break their promises." "That is true," said the king. "In that case," said the prince, "Princess Poppy, will you marry me?" "I will," said Princess Poppy. And when she grew up, she did. And they lived happily ever after. I bet the other prince was mad, right? So I have 3 books that are all the Frog Prince, but they're all written by different people, and they're different sizes, and they have different pictures in them. How's that? That's pretty cool. This is the Frog Prince, written by, it's retold by Eric Blair, and the illustrations are by Todd Irving. Let's read this one. See how different it is. This is a picture window book. And remember, this is a Grimm fairy tale. That's the name of the brothers who wrote the book, Grimm's. Once upon a time, I'm going to hold this a little closer because the pictures are here small. Once upon a time, there was a king with many daughters, and the youngest daughter was the most beautiful of all his daughters. The princess had a golden ball. It was her favorite toy. She threw the ball in the air and would catch it. She loved this game. A dark forest near the palace. She used to play at the edge of the forest where there was a well. The well was so deep no one could see the bottom. The princess would go near the well and play with her golden ball. So she's by the forest with her ball by an open well. What do you think might happen? One day the princess was playing near the well. She threw her golden ball high into the air. When she tried to catch it, she missed. The ball bounced and rolled into the well, and the princess began to cry. Suddenly, a voice asked, "Why are you crying?" The princess looked around, and the voice had come from a frog. His big, fat, ugly head was sticking out of the water. "I'm crying because my golden ball rolled into the well and I'll never see it again," the princess said. "Oh, don't cry," said the frog. "I can help you. What will you give me if I get your ball?" "Anything at all," said the princess. "Whatever you want. My dresses, my jewels, even my crown of gold." "Well, I'll tell you what I want," said the frog. Let me be your friend. Play with me. Let me eat from your plate and drink from your cup and sleep in your bed. Promise me these things and I will get you your golden ball." The princess agreed. "I'll give you anything," she said. But the princess was not telling the truth. She was thinking, "This frog is so silly. How could a frog ever be friends with a human?" The frog dived into the water. He quickly returned the golden ball, and he quickly returned with the golden ball in his mouth, and he spit the ball onto the grass. The princess picked up the ball and ran back into the palace. "Come back!" the frog cried. "Take me with you!" But the princess was gone. She forgot all about the frog and her promise. The next day, the princess was at the dinner table with her father, with the king. She ate from her fancy gold plate and drank from her fancy golden cup. Splash, splash, plop, plop. The frog crawled out of the well and up the palace stairs, and he knocked at the door. "Princess," he said, "let me in." The princess ran to see who was at the door. When she saw the frog, she slammed the door in his face. She came back to the table. The king saw that she was afraid. "Is there some monster at the door?" the king asked. "No, father," said the princess. "I'm just an ugly frog." The princess told her father about the ball, the frog, and the promise that she had made. The king said, "When you make a promise, you must keep it. Go let him in." "But father, he's all slimy," the princess said. "How could he be my friend?" But the princess did as her father had asked, and he let the frog in. She let the frog into the palace. The frog followed the princess to the table. "Pick me up and put me in your chair," the frog said. And again, the king made the princess do it. Then the frog wanted to be on the table. "Push your plate closer so we can eat together," he said. And the princess did what the frog had asked, but she didn't like it. The frog ate lots of food, and the princess hardly ate anything. When the frog was done eating, he said, "Now take me to your room. We can lay down and go to sleep." The princess was afraid to touch the cold, slimy frog, and now he wanted to sleep in a pretty bed. The princess began to cry, and her father became angry. "When someone helps you and you have made a promise, you must keep it," said the king. The princess carefully picked up the frog and she carried him upstairs to her bedroom. The princess put the frog on the floor in her bedroom, and she crawled into her bed and turned off the light. When the princess was in bed, the frog hopped over and tugged on the sheets. "I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. Lift me up or I'll tell your father," said the frog. The princess became angry. She picked up the frog and she threw him against the wall as hard as she could. "There now, ugly frog, now you can go to sleep." I think these princesses are kind of mean, aren't they? When he dropped to the floor, the frog had turned into a handsome prince. He told the princess that a wicked witch had cast a magic spell that had turned him into a frog, and he had lost all hope until the princess had come to play by the well. The princess looked into the prince's beautiful eyes. She believed him. The princess let the prince become her dearest friend and husband, and they went to his father's kingdom, where they lived happily ever after. She didn't kiss him in this book. That's strange. Usually she has to kiss the frog, so that he turns back into a prince. So the library has another book. This one is called Prince of a Frog. And the stories and pictures are by Jackie Urbanovic. And this is a Scholastic book. I like this one. It has beautiful, beautiful illustrations. Let's see if this book is the same or different, the story. Remember, this is a fairy tale by the Grimm's brothers. Once, in a faraway pond, lived a frog named Hopper, and he loved to play. He crooned tunes, but the fishes thought he was off scale. He kicked like a pro, but the ducks thought he was quackers. Even the herons thought he was a little too odd to eat. I'm dieting, says this one. Hopper just didn't fit in. What's wrong with me, he says. Young pond hopper, perhaps you are not a frog, says the turtle. Oh, please. I'm green, I have googly eyes, my feet are webbed. What else could I be? Says the turtle. There is a tale once told of a prince who was turned into a frog. Perhaps you are that prince. Well, that explains everything. But what's a prince? Well, says Turtle, a prince is charming and brave and loved. Well, wow, says the frog. How do I become a prince again? Well, with a kiss from a princess, of course. So all I have to do is find a princess. How hard can that be, says Frog. At the edge of the pond, Hopper heard tap, 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 coming from the treetops. Excuse me, are you a princess? What'd you say? Are you a princess? A pollywog? A princess? A platypus? A princess! Oh, no, not me. I'm a woodpecker. Why? Oh, never mind, says Hopper. Across a distant field, Hopper smelled something gross. Oh. You're not a princess, are you? Hardly. I'm a skunk. Can't you smell me? Oh, shh, thought Poppy. Then, deep in the woods, Hopper found someone helpful. Psst, psst, come here. I hear you looking for a princess. Yes, I am. I need to kiss a princess so I can become a prince. Well, you're in luck. I'm a magic fox, which is even better than a princess. Come closer, and I'll turn you into a royal snack. Whoa! Ribbit, no, why did I ever leave my pond? Rap! Something hit that fox on the head. You saved my life! Does that mean you play with me? Hopper kicked like a pro and the dog caught all his flies. Hopper crooned tunes and the dog howled in harmony. Looks like you found a friend. You're great, said the dog. So are you. My name's Hopper. What's yours? My name's Princess. And he's giving him a kiss. I've been kissed by a princess! Did the magic work? Am I a prince now? Oh, I'm still green. I still have googly eyes. My feet are still webbed. I'm still a frog. What's wrong with being a frog? I thought I was a prince trapped in a frog's body. Your kiss should have made me charming, brave, and loved. But I think you already are. If your kiss didn't change me, huh, I must have been a prince of a frog all along. It just took a friend to show me. That's one of my favorites. All three of those books tell the same story, but it tells them a little different, with different pictures and different sizes, right? This one is my favorite because this one kind of tells you you don't need to be different than who you really are. Remember, all those books will be at the library, so you can take them out. So I'm going to say goodbye to my friends who've been watching me since May on these YouTube channels. Hopefully we'll be able to see you in person soon at the library. The library is open if you wanted to go in and get some books. You can even reserve a special time for you and your family in the children's room. And you could come in and get some books and play with a few of the toys there. So I'll say goodbye. This is the last story time of summer reading. I hope you had fun. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Bye, everybody.